These are my favorite spring palettes. Welcome to everyone watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I had completely forgotten to put spring palettes and filming content with that on the list for March. So I was like, it's still April, it's still spring. We can do that. And I'm currently filming videos for eyeshadow palette week. So all week, every single video that goes live on the channel is all about eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you're here for it. And I love every single year to chat about my favorite spring palettes. I just do. In spring, we get different lighting. I like to start wearing different colors and different things as well. So I don't really go for like this goes with the season, but there are some color stories in my makeup collection that I feel like that's perfect for right now. And actually 5 of these come from my Shop My Stash for April. So if you want to see me create looks with these in the next couple of weeks, then stay tuned because I will be showcasing those really soon in my Palettes Revisited, Palettes I Go Back To video, because I do like to go back to things that I've had for a while. That's also why some of these palettes may no longer be available. I do apologize if that's the case. I also have a mix here of more affordable things as well as things that are more expensive. There's just a whole array here. So let's chat about some spring eyeshadow palettes. We'll start with these itty bitty things here at the front. The LH Cosmetics Daybreak palette I think is perfect for spring. It is more of a summer color story though, I have to say. So if you follow color analysis theories, then this is more of a spring color summer color story, but I feel that these shades are just perfect for spring. There's a beautiful darker duochrome here, and then the sky blue, the purple, the dusty rose, a slightly warmer like beigey brown that works really well, a black and a gray. This is really beautiful. I think this is stunning and it's perfect for spring. I may have to select this for my May Shop My Stash. I'm not entirely sure yet what I want to go back to for May, but maybe this video can be inspiration for what eyeshadow palettes to use again in May. Another oldie but a goodie, the Viseart Violette Étendu. This is absolutely stunning. There's an entire Étendu line currently available, and I have a lot of Viseart palettes, but I think in my brain, this is sort of the palette that made me love Viseart even more than I already did. This is the palette that really put them on the map for me. You get these brighter purples that is really lovely. You get this really nice like pinky purple with a blue flash, really beautiful duochrome, and then right next to it is a white with a pink flash as well. Really pretty, but the neutrals in here is what bring this palette really together. These neutrals all have a purpley pink undertone, making them go really well with these brighter things as well. This, till this day, is one of my favorite purple toned eyeshadow palettes in my entire makeup collection. I can't get rid of this. I love this thing to pieces. This is the reason why I currently have like 25 Viseart eyeshadow palettes. I'm not sure if I'm exaggerating. I didn't count them, okay? Maybe we should do like a Viseart eyeshadow palette collection video at some point as well, because I've got a lot of Viseart, and Esther just the other day sent me a package and she sent me even more Viseart. So I have a lot. But yeah, these little 12 pans from Viseart are my favorites, and the Violette Étendu I think is perfect for spring. Oh, by the way, if the lighting looks different in this video, I painted a wall in my house. Used to be green, now it's burgundy, so yeah. I'm currently in the midst of changing my living room around, so that's going to have an effect on lighting, but it's not yet done. I mean, the couch is going to have a different color in a couple of weeks as well. I bought new fabric. It's an IKEA couch, and you can actually just buy new sleeves for your couch. I'm gonna have to take it all apart, which is gonna be fun. I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, then it should be here at the start of May. And then this is gonna be a dark blue couch. Dark blue velvet. We're going for deeper tones, people. We're going for deeper tones. Back to the palettes for a sec. Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau. This is currently in my Shop My Stash. I love this palette, but I looked at it in my declutter and I was like, I haven't used this in forever. And I was like, you know what? I just need to use it again for spring. And how spring is this? I think this is one of the most spring color stories in my entire makeup collection, especially these sagey greens with this lavender purple. That's the thing I'm really going for. Mine is a little fragile because I did drop it at a certain point and I had to repress some of the shimmers. But I love it. And then it does have the sort of contrast with the warmer tones, like the warmer tone browns in here. Love it, love it, love it. I can't wait to play with this month and have some fun. I've got two of my Gloss Gods palettes in here, and I think both of these are perfect for spring. If you saw my Cool Tone video that went live on Tuesday, then the Smoke and Mirrors was already featured there. I really think this is beautiful. And if you want something a little bit more muted for spring, then I think this is a great palette. It's just no longer available. It's grays with purples though, and I think that's perfect for spring as well. And this way I had 15 palettes to chat about with you guys. But yeah, like I said, I don't always only chat about things you can still buy. Maybe you already still own the palette. Maybe you have something very similar in your makeup collection. I mean, at the end of the day, not all of these things are super unique in the grand scheme of things, right? So this is also a way to inspire you what colors to reach for. Maybe you have these things as singles. Maybe you want to take one palette and another palette and create your look that way. Maybe if I have a gray palette and a purple palette with murky purples in, you can create the look from the Smoke and Mirrors. That's what I'm trying to say. Vintage Glam is a little bit more vibrant. This is one that they brought back. I'm still hoping they're going to bring the Smoke and Mirrors back at some point. This is one that I initially didn't buy because when this palette was out, I was just first testing out the brand. And here, a bit like the ABH, it doesn't have the greens, of course. But you get some purples, these like corally things, some warmer tone, like dusty purples as well. This is just a really beautiful color story. And this is, again, also in my Shop My Stash for this month because I wanted to use this again now that I do have it in my life. Because all the small things are sliding down, I just need to talk about these next. This is by Gellas. This is a Sea Beauty brand, and this is the Color Phantom Chameleon eyeshadow palette in M04. And this actually is, like, it can give you a similar-ish look to the Smoke and Mirrors, I think. It's, again, grays with purples, but then this top row is these beautiful multi-chromes, especially this one here. It's one of those green, purple, pink, gold. Like, it's so, so stunning. Really beautiful, and I think perfect for the spring season as well. These are just the kind of colors that I like to reach for. Another color I like to reach for more in the spring summer season is pinks. So I've got some of my pinky palettes in here. One of the best ones that has ever been created is the Soft Peony eyeshadow palette by Catrice. This is a cooler toned, pinky toned color story, which is very rare for me to find. A lot of the pinks that I find are far too warm toned. I do like a warm tone pink, as you will see in a sec. I have selected a couple of those as well. But if that's not you and you want something that's like grays with a pop of pink, this is really beautiful. I think it's excellent quality. Not sure Catrice still does this though. They currently do the velvet one, which I thought was really fun. But I had fun playing with this. And it's from the drugstore, so cheapest chips. And another Sea Beauty brand, Cheery Up, does some really lovely palettes, and they do a wonderful, wonderful pink palette. In fact, this is one of the palettes that I tried out when, I think in 2024, I really wanted to find a good pink tone palette. Tried loads of K-Beauty stuff and Sea Beauty stuff because within Asian makeup, pinky tones for the eyes are definitely a thing, more so than they are over here. So I knew I had to go Asian beauty brands to try that. And this was the best one I had found. So this is the Jump for Joy, I believe it's called. Cheery Up palettes are called different things on different websites. So that's why I'm always confused. They are even not called Cheery Up on some websites. They're called Kinyang. I think that they even have a different brand name depending on where you're at. So I think I found this one on Monolith back when they still had some Sea Beauty brands. But it seems like Monolith is slowly but surely no longer stocking a lot of the Sea Beauty brands, which makes me sad because they have some wonderful things. YESSTYLE still stocks this though. Sea Beauty Mall, but that is a website I haven't tried yet. It is actually a website I would like to test out, but there's never enough on the website that I want to get that is in stock to make it worth it. So it is a website I want to see how it goes when I order from them. But yeah, YESSTYLE does stock Cheery Up, in case you were wondering. And this is some lovely pinky tones. Essentially, this is a little bit more cooler tone pinks, and then we have warmer tone pinks with a pop of lime green. This is actually a lime green. So yeah, I do love it. Some wonderful shimmers in here. It's really special, and I think I have 5 or 6 of these Cheeria palettes. I love them. Back to things that are in my shop, my stash. The Glaminatrix Sugar and Spice. This does come back from time to time. I think they did bring it back last year. This is a palette, though, that can be hard to find, but it's beautiful. It's got cooler toned neutrals, and then you have these bright pop of pastel in here, and a really fun row of shimmers here. It just really comes together, and this is a palette that I initially didn't like buy, but then I was watching other people's eyeshadow palette collections, and I kept seeing it in videos, and I was like, right, I need that in my life, and now I'm really happy that I got it. Like I said, this is in my shop, my stash for April, so again, if you want to see what look I create with it, you can go check my makeup I used again, palettes I used again video. I do one every single month where I select 5 to 6 palettes that I want to get more use out of in my makeup collection. I do 1 or 2 looks with every single one, and I film a video with it. So this is one that's on that list for this month. As is a classic, the Nabla Soul Blooming. I very often don't keep sleeves unless they are different from the actual packaging. And this is a sort of like the vintage Glam, but instead of purples, we get periwinkle blues. It's got really beautiful, like peachy warm tones. And I know I don't love warm tones all that much, but in the spring, summer, something happens and I suddenly want all the warm tones. I don't know what happens, but this happens to me every single year. Spring comes around and I want warm tones. And this has some beautiful ones. This is my favorite shade in the palette. I love the periwinkles, don't get me wrong. Those are my favorites as well. But this thing, oh, it's so beautiful. It's this like coppery, peachy pink. So stunning. It's one of the best shimmers in my entire makeup collection. I don't think Nabla has done an eyeshadow palette in a hot minute. I don't think you can still find this, but she's beautiful. It's such a beautiful palette. And if you do want periwinkle, if you want more, the ColourPop Lavish. Is this still around? I don't know. Kaleidos does a really good periwinkle palette as well. One of their little quads. But yeah, periwinkle blue. That is what I like in the spring season as well. This is, if I have to describe my love for spring in one color, it would be periwinkle. Like periwinkle blue is one of my favorites. And I know this is called the Lavish, so it's supposed to be a lavender palette, but everything in here has a very cool tone blue undertone. And on me, they look like periwinkles. So that's why I love it. This is one of the very few all periwinkle palettes I've ever tried that isn't super blue, that is just the right amount of purple. I really like it, and I think this is going to be a wonderful one. And this, together with the Nabla Soul Blooming, Glaminatrix, ABH, and the Cheeria, those are all 5 going to be in my shop, my stash this month. And there's one more, but that isn't in this video. And then I think I just have some bigger things left, and these are also the more expensive things. My favorite palette of 2025, the Dive Rune Cosmetics Magnetic Mineralia. I used this again last month as part of like the palettes I wanted to go back to, and I realized I still love this as much as I thought I did. It's got some like dusty purple, so again, if you want that smoke and mirror sort of look, this can actually be a palette that can give you that if you own this already. It's got these like greeny yellow tones here, and then some like grayish sort of taupey leaning neutrals. Really, really pretty. I love this. I think it's a very unique color story. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to test out the Silver and Cold that just came in. I did buy that through Monolith. This one as well. I got this one through Monolith as well. Paid for it with my own money, just in case you're wondering. It may look like all I get is PR from Monolith and also from YESSTYLE, but that's not the case. One of the reasons why I'm affiliated with both of those brands is because I had already spent so much of my own money on there. They kind of, especially YESSTYLE, they kind of know who I was because I had placed so many orders. That's why they invited me to the influencer program that they have. So yeah, here we have the Dive Rune Cosmetics Magnetic Mineralia. What can I say? She's a beaut. I still love it. Highly recommend. One thing that I tested out for the first time in March was the Crystallized palette from Bella Beauté Bar. This was sent to me in PR by Monolith, but I would have gladly spent my own money on this. This is such a beautiful eyeshadow palette, and it has the pastels, but it's murky and it's muted. Everything has this like grayish undertone. So yes, it has vibrancy, but only if you put the right shades together to make it look vibrant. So I feel you can go very many different ways with this. You can do very sort of muted down, romantic, whimsical kind of things, especially like this shimmer right here. This is my favorite shimmer in the palette. Oh, this lighting is not doing it justice, you guys, but it's so, so beautiful. It's green, blue, purple, pink. It's so, so stunning. The only shade that doesn't really go is this one in the corner. It's the only warm tone in a sea of cool tones. So this one we can discredit. This also comes in every single palette you already own. So that one isn't that special, but everything else, it's so beautiful. It's got some holographic shades in, beautiful mattes, amazing, amazing formula. And this is magnetic, so you could pull it apart if you want to, if you only want to keep a couple of shades, or if you want to do BYOPs, or if you're traveling. Loads of different options with the Bella Beauty Bar Crystallized palette. And then we get to the more warm tone things. I think this is a palette I've recommended in the past as like being a really good spring palette. And this is one where I'm also like, I'm gonna have to select this for May. It's my Pat McGrath Mothership 9. This is the Utopian Dream. And this has all those like peachy pinks that the brand became known for at a certain time. If I want to go for that vibe, do you see? Like, I just have a type when it comes to a spring palette. This does lean a little bit more peach than most of the other palettes, but I feel, for instance, that this shade right here in the pan, it looks very similar to that Nabla shade I love so much. Some gorgeous, like, duochromatic shades in here, of course. Pat McGrath does beautiful mattes, beautiful, like, satiny shimmers in here. I really like this, and I think for spring, this is one of the best color stories ever created. But like I said, something I need to go back to. And another palette that I love going back to for the springtime is the most warm tone thing that I'm showing you today, and it is my Gemini 2. This is by Melt Cosmetics. This is beautiful. Esther gifted this one to me. She had an extra one or something like that. So the Melt Gemini 2 was one that I initially skipped on because I was like, that's far too warm toned. I'm not going to like it. Again, a shade like that Nabla shade that I said I liked so much. But yeah, Esther gifted this one to me. She was like, I have an extra one. Do you want it? Yeah, sure. I mainly reach for these warm tone pinks when I reach for this. That's the vibe I want to go for. Those are the things I like using. This is a stunning palette for this time of year. Like I said, if something happens in the springtime, I want to reach for the warm tones. And this is one of the things that I really want to reach for whenever I reach for those warm tones. So the Melt Gemini 2 is a gorgeous, gorgeous color story as well. Those were all of the eyeshadow palettes that I wanted to share with you today, my favorite spring palettes. Let me know in a comment down below what your favorite spring palettes are. I would love to know. And then I really hope you have a great rest of your day, and check back for more. Like I said, I'm still going to be doing 2 more videos this week all about eyeshadow palettes. As I'm filming this, I haven't quite decided yet what they are going to be, so if you have any ideas, I can chat about eyeshadow palettes all day long though, so I'll have no issues coming up with something. But if there's really something, if people in the comments go like, we want to see this, then maybe I can make that work if it's something I already have. So let me know in a comment down below, and then I will see you again really, really soon in a new video, either here or on the second channel. I post on there once a week. It's called Floating in Books. You can find the link to it in the description box down below, and that has the channel. That's the channel which has all the videos that aren't makeup related. So if you want more by me, you can find me on there. There's also links to my other social media in the description box down below, and I hope to see you again really, really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.